In the background there, we have Catch a Fire, Fire in the Trenches. Some fine new reggae here on KNON. Before that, we had the Interrupters, and they were doing some ska for us with Leap of Faith. And Peaches Stanton brought us Clean Up Woman right before that, and she is an artist that's featured in our Shake Sister Shake film. And I am honored to have Lisa Eismen on the phone here with me, the director and producer of that film. Lisa, are you with me?
I'm with you, Dave.
Oh, well, good morning to you, and let's let folks know where you're calling in from. Where are you right now?
I am in Sydney, Australia, and it is not such a good morning because it's nighttime here. It is about 10:35 here on Thursday night.
Well, thanks for joining us in your evening in our Texas morning here in Dallas, Texas. As tired as I am in the mornings, I'd switch with you.
All right.
So thanks for calling in. I really appreciate that. And can you tell us a little bit about why you decided to make a film about women in the blues?
Yeah, sure can. I am originally from Chicago, although I've lived here now for 23 years. And I grew up in Chicago where there's blues everywhere, and my dad was a blues musician, and I decided that there was a gap in the world of blues as far as documentaries go, and telling the story about women from the women's point of view playing blues.
Well,
that's why I did it.
that's makes perfect sense to me. I was researching your bio a little bit, and you had been exposed to muddy waters in your neighborhood, was it?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Muddy Waters moved into Westmont, Illinois, which is a suburb west of Chicago. So he would, I think, like as you read in my bio, he would come to this local park and he'd play. And it was quite amazing. And he would just sit down on a chair, and it was really low key, and there would be a huge audience of people just watching him and listening to him. So yeah, I was lucky to be exposed to Muddy Waters and Buddy Guy, all sorts of blues legends.
Oh yeah, I had grew up in Madison, Wisconsin, and I remember buying records by my favorite rock artists and looking at who wrote those songs I liked so much, and I didn't recognize the title, who these folks were, and the record store owners started telling me all about the blues, and these were really blues songs that were being played by Led Zeppelin and the Stones and everything. I was like, oh, well, where do I find those guys? He's like, right down in Chicago, man. So I wound up making my way to Chicago at 17 and sneaking in all these venues. Buddy Guy had a venue. We had Rosa's on the west side, and the Mines, and just finding out who these cats were, and that's it just blew my mind once I managed to sneak in those places. Nothing like a little bit of cash to grease the doorman to let that little kid in the club. So
how old were you?
I was 17 when I started doing that, and it was 21 in Chicago at the time. So, how did you select the artists?
Look, that was really interesting. I started researching, and I actually got one of the artists that's in the film. Her name is Grenée Louise. She was absolutely pivotal in finding these other artists. And as I went around and I started talking to one artist, and then they would put me onto someone else and someone else and someone else. And basically, to be honest, it came down to scheduling at the end of it, because I went and filmed 3 different times with 2 different directors of photography, and it just really depended on their touring schedules. And then so I interviewed 40 people, 40 women, and so I interviewed them, and then would catch them in their homes or while they were doing their gigs. and in the green rooms, etc. And then it really, to be honest, it came down to what footage I had that was the best, that could tell the best story about women in blues that were pieced together in those vignettes. So that, I mean, I still have 27 other artists that I would like to cut together and to make other films about.
Yeah, you have a part 2 there, huh?
Well, I've got a part 2 and a part 3. I've got a lot of footage.
Wow, that sounds great. So what's next with the film? Where's the next screening?
So actually, it's going to be screening the same day as the KNON Festival is. It's at the Maine International Film Festival on Sunday as well, playing at 3:30, I think, in the afternoon. And then it screens there twice. Then it goes to Breckenridge, and it screens there in September. And I'm still trying to get it into a few more festivals before, I'm starting to really look for distribution seriously now. That's the next step for the film.
Okay, what are those plans then?
Well, I need more money to finish off buying rights for distribution, which means VOD platforms, free to air, pay-per-view, broadcast, and cinematic release. So I still need to raise money to do that, and that's where I'm at with it. I mean, I've had interest, but I haven't found anyone willing to put out the cash to help me.
Sounds like a blues song. Most, because lack of cash is subject matter in many of blues songs.
Well, it is.
I think we can all relate to that, Lisa. So tell us.
Anybody out there with a cool 50,000?
I'll put you in touch with Lisa. You just call me, folks. Tell us a little bit about the Candy Cane footage. What time period that was from? It looked like she was starting a tour, and what tour that might have been.
Yeah, look, that was. I happened to catch her 2 years before she passed away. She was quite sick at that time, as she talks about in her interview, and she was going to Eastern Europe for a tour with Laura Chavez, and they were going to, I don't know, all over Eastern Europe. So that wasn't, I don't think they had a name for their tours. I think they would just tour, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And they would just book these events, these shows that happen to be.
Try to line them all up. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, like many people do. Yeah.
So what was it like for you working with Candy Cane?
Oh, she was so lovely. She put me up in her house, or she actually got a hotel for me, paid for it without even knowing me personally who I was. We had a chat on the phone. We emailed a few times, and she knew that I really needed to catch her in the Bay Area while I was there filming Pat Wilder. So it was just fortuitous that it worked out at that time. And she put me up without even knowing who I was, paid for it. I was going to pay her back, and I did, of course. And then after that, so we did that, and then we went down and filmed her in her house, and then she put my DOP and myself up in her house again. Like, she was lovely, an extraordinary person, funny, kind, clever, talented, and it's a great loss to the blues community.
It is. She'd done 2 benefits with us over the years, and when I was previewing the film and that footage came up, I gotta admit, it kind of hit me right in the heart. It brought back just the joy of working with her. She was such a kind person, such a giving person, and we also here at KNON feel very fortunate to have had the opportunity to work with her. And that footage you have in the film with her is very, very special moments. So from myself and other fans of Candy, thanks for capturing that and preserving your time with Candy on the film. Do you stay in touch with any of the artists?
Yes, I do. I stay in touch with pretty much all of them because I have to keep hassling them for things from time to time.
like calling into KNON, huh?
Yes, that's right. Yeah, that's right. So you talked to BB Queen. I don't know if you...
We have BB Queen calling in tonight. And, yeah, indeed, we have BB Queen calling in tonight. And then we have one other artist that we'll be calling in Friday morning also. So...
Nellie Tiger Travis?
Yes, Nellie. Nellie will be calling in Friday morning with Greg Smith at 10:30, so folks can hear a little bit from the artists in the film still this week on KNON.
Yeah, look, I really, really appreciate you guys promoting it and screening it and taking it on. Yeah, my absolute gratitude to you guys at KNON.
Well, we love the blues at KNON, and we especially love championing blues women. It's so important that we have a well-rounded perspective on the blues because everybody can get the blues. It doesn't matter what color you are or if you're a male or a female. The blues is an emotional thing, and it's universal, and it's gonna happen to everybody. I like to say, if you ain't had the blues yet, someday you will.
Well, that's very true. Yeah. So it was a lot of fun making the film. A lot of heartache from time to time, but mostly fun. And good things happened through it. Met a lot of great people.
And moments in the film folks should watch for. Is there anything you want to clue them in on to pay attention for?
Look, as your viewers watch each person, like I said, it's cut so that it's in vignettes, so each person tells their own story. No, I can't say anything specifically because each woman, each artist has their own story, and it's quite interesting. I had an excellent editor cutting it together, to telling this story. So just have fun with it. That's all I can say. There's a lot of really joyous moments, a lot of really funny moments, and that's what I love most about it.
Great. Well, yeah. I enjoyed watching it, and I look forward to seeing it again and sharing it with the KNON audience. And everybody, come on out this Sunday. We will be playing Shake Sister Shake at 5:30 at the Texas Theater. Tickets and more information at KNON.org. Lisa, thank you so much for calling this morning and for producing such a great piece of work.
Well, thank you, Dave. It's been such a pleasure talking to you. I can't thank you enough. So I will, send you another email of thanks. But enjoy the film.
All right. Okay, folks. Well, that was Lisa, the director and producer of Shake Sister Shake, Lisa Eismen. And again, that's going to be this Sunday at the big KNON Film Fest at the Texas Theater. Here's some more information about that.
This Sunday, July 15th, it's the second annual KNON Film Fest at the Texas Theater. This Sunday, we feature Shake Sister Shake, a film celebrating blues women and their music. Shake Sister Shake has interviews captured at home and on tour with Marcia Ball, Candy Kane, BB Queen, Nellie Tiger Travis, Joanna Connor, and others. Narrated by Susan Tedeschi, Derek Trucks, and Bruce Ziegler, founder of Alligator Records. It's live performances and a look into the sisterhood of blues women, what sets them apart and what bonds them together. Other films at the festival include Every Night is Saturday Night, about the life of Rolling Stone sax man Bobby Keys, The Organizer, and Punk in Africa. For more information or tickets, KNON.org. The second annual KNON Film Festival this Sunday, July 15th at the historic Texas Theater in Oak Cliff.